on eBay. eBay. Things people love. Secure purchase is powered by Caramel Dealer Services, LLC, an eBay subsidiary.
Coach Saban here. On the field or on your walls, coverage matters. That's why I go with Behr Marquee Interior Paint and Primer from the Home Depot.
Exceptional hide, advanced stain blocking, and over 1,000 colors to choose from. Behr Marquee delivers one-coat coverage that stands up to real life. One-coat coverage, no overtime. Behr Marquee, only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Valid only when tinted to colors from the Behr Marquee Interior One-Coat Hide Collection.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Stay up to date on the green and gold all season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Grand slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Love me to my bones. All this time I wasted. You were right there all along. You and I stargazing, intertwining souls. We were never strangers. You were right there all along. I lose my mind when I'm around you, how I come alive when I'm without you.
844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. I just want to let everybody know, because I see, look, people are mad. They're mad on Saturday. They're mad now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mad people. I get it. And again, I want to be very clear. Thank you for being so passionate about your teams, because that allows us to have a job. And so I do not take that lightly. Now, I want to take calls because I know, just like the YouTube chat, that there's going to be a myriad of things that people want to talk about. So trust me, we are not avoiding the conversation about Rich Bisaccia and the special teams. I am sure someone is going to bring that up. And Tausch and Homer had a very interesting question during their time together on Green Bay game day, post-game, game night, or whatever we call it, about who was more disappointing, Rich Bisaccia or Joe Barry. And I said
that was
clearly
eye-opening.
Rich Bisaccia, because I never expected Joe Barry to be good, period.
Bisaccia was supposed to be the savior. Highest paid. Oh, my God, we finally solved all of our problems. And that has definitely not been the case. Here were the big points that came up on, and this is why I love doing the post-game show with Homer. The big points that came across last night were that Bisaccia, O-line stunk yesterday, and then Matt LaFleur, vice versa of Jeff Hafley. And I just want to make sure I am crystal clear. I think Matt LaFleur is a really good coach. Many people called in and said he can't adjust against really physical teams that defenses are he has not figured out that formula yet, and it's in these big games when you play teams like that. I think Jeff, he calls in all the time, he's a great fan of our show and of the postgame. He brought up this was the same game as the San Francisco 49ers playoff game that we lost 13-10. And I thought, that is super interesting. Now, San Fran was a playoff team. Cleveland ain't going to make the playoffs. But Cleveland's defense is the truth. Let's not I want to make sure everybody understands. I'm not overly concerned because There are not many teams that there are times we triple team Myles Garrett. We left our guys one-on-one in the middle, and their D tackles are pretty dang good. They whooped us. They whooped us. So I'm not entertaining the conversation, even though it was brought up 3 times, at least maybe 4 calls in the hour and a half I was on last night, of we don't want to lose Jeff Hafley. What happens if?
Yeah.
And my question to you guys was, what does happen if Hafley's defense is as dominant as we think it's going to be, and the offense plays like it did against San Francisco in a playoff, or what we saw in Philly last year? You don't think that's going to be loud noises in people's heads? Mm-hmm. Because it will. And we don't have to agree with it, but it will.
Yeah. So there's a lot we'll talk about. We'll do it as folks bring up their various points. The offensive line is certainly a conversation point. I didn't think, again, we have Brian Bulaga, who is way more knowledgeable than me, but it didn't look to me like Elton Jenkins had a great day. And I can tell you that Jordan Morgan, maybe there's a reason why he keeps saying he wants to play left tackle, because it does not appear that he can consistently and effectively play other positions, and he does not appear to be as adept as other players are of going from position to position. And on top of that, he was the one who got bully balled by Shelby Harris on the blocked field goal. So, again, all things we can get to as we roll on, but I want to get started with the calls now. 844-770-3776. Let's begin in the Commonwealth. Ben, in the Commonwealth. I've lost track of which ones are Commonwealths. Virginia, Commonwealth
Kentucky,
Pennsylvania.
I'm in Virginia.
Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Virginia, yeah. Okay. All right. Ben, what do you got for us, buddy?
Well, first of all, it's been a while since I called, so I'm glad to be back on with you guys. So
you must be unhappy with how things went yesterday if it prompted you to actually call us for once.
For the first time in a long time, I had a spare 30 minutes to sit on hold in the morning, so I spent it with you guys.
Thank you for your service.
All right. So there was 57 minutes in the game that I'm not even going to discuss, but needs discussing. Let's take the last 3 when the game was still well within reach to win. Okay, I would like to know at what point did Jordan Love, if ever, consider that safety jumping route was in the realm of possibility? Because if he didn't even think of that to be a possibility, that's a problem. Now, any quarterback can, miss a guy and he drops into the window in that split second, and that's fine. If he was not thinking about that, given the down distance and ball placement on the field, 3 minutes left, that's a problem. And we saw, where did he have that awful interception? Was that the Rams, where he basically caught it on the 5-yard line? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Awful. Yep. That sort of situational awareness is inexcusable. Now, so what does Matt LaFleur do with this information? He can maybe choose to give the ball in his quarterback's hands, understanding that, hey, this guy might have to learn a tough lesson today. But you could surely lose the game, right? Some other dominoes had to fall for that to happen. Mm-hmm. But if you're Matt LaFleur and you say, I want to win this game, you need to understand if Jordan Love is considering that safety, jumping the route, you got to take the ball out of his hands. And you run it and you punt it, like Tausch has been saying. So I want to know when Jordan Love considered that safety jumping the route, because it's easy to do in the post-game press conference. But if he's not thinking about that as he walks up to the line, that's a problem, given the down distance situation in the game. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So the other thing I would say is there were 2 other dominoes that needed to fall in order to lose. We can talk about the coaching, and we can talk about execution by the players. But if you want to be a nut-whack team, those 3 dominoes cannot fall. So I think we can be very confident that this is a good football team. Mm-hmm. Their defense is stout. Any team should face them. If you're the Packers and you're thinking you're a nutwhack team, no. You cannot have 3 dominoes fall in a row at the end of a game like that. That's how you lose. That is not nutwhack. If we're going for nutwhack, you need to do better.
Totally Amen to that, Ben. Thanks for the call.
And you have to understand, so one of the things that I thought was interesting, and I think Damian Woody is really good at his job. I think he breaks things down, and Micah Parsons was talking about Super Bowl teams don't do this and all, and he's like, what the hell do you know about that? What do you know about it? And that's the Sheed talking about going undefeated. We love it. Great. Gave us 3 segments the other day. It was very interesting to us. But
by the way, Sheed told reporters he's no longer talking to the media.
That's fair. That's good. Good call. It's a positive.
That's the tricky part of this. You want to be confident, but you have to play the game with the media too. And he lost that battle, and he's heard about it now. I doubt Sheed's going to just take his ball and go home. Maybe he will. I don't know. But that's the part of this maturing and understanding. You ain't done jack until you do it. And so that's I guess you're moving along, and the idea of learning how to do this. That's why the Bulls had to go through the Pistons, and you get knocked down. If anybody thinks that this loss is going to affect this team from getting better and winning a championship, I don't. I think this is one of those you learn. And if you don't learn, you're not good enough to do it anyways. But when you have a defense that can be as dominant as this one, you're going to be in every game, and then it comes down to, can you make those plays that they didn't last year and that they didn't yesterday? Are we going to start seeing some growth in that part of this team? And it is special teams, and it is offense. Because I think defensively, I think we're going to see everything we want and everything we need is going to be here. But football is a 3-tier deal. And right now, we're standing on a tripod with one leg. And that's not going to get you a nut whack.
Got to watch out for those monopods. Look, I want to spend some more time because it appears, and we're up and running, thanks, Joshy, on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel. We were a little delayed on that. The over 500 people in the ESPN Madison YouTube conversation they've latched on to your topic from after the game. So we will circle back to that. The one about
which one?
Why do you even consider passing? Why don't you just run the ball and punt it away? This is not Detroit, man. This is Cleveland.
Did Matt LaFleur not say that at the end of that game? And I know you could play the results, but somebody should be in his ear if he's not. Just say, hey, man, they can't move it. That's where I'd love it. Jeff Hafley just get in, hit that little button, say, leave it on us. We got this. We got this. Because they did. Until they didn't.
So anyway, I just want to say, and then we'll get to more calls on the other side. 2 things can be true, right? You could say, Matt LaFleur, win the game the way you need to win the game that day.
And fix the problems as the season goes.
And so run the ball into the line. And look, Josh Jacobs averaging 1.9 yards a carry.
All I got to do is double his average, and he's got it. Maybe big a deal.
Maybe he gets 3. Maybe he gets 1. But either way, there's no interception. That could be true. And you can say that if we're going to call Jordan Love an MVP candidate, that's not the kind of mistake you can make. Period.
That dipped pretty bad yesterday. But it's early in the season. Somebody has to explain 2 other things to me from yesterday's game. And I asked on the postgame, why did he snap? Listen, LaFleur's got this thing now, and everybody knows it. If the game clock is going to run out before the play clock, you go up in your hard count, you try to steal 5 yards.
Why did
that's
they
the
snap?
shtick.
Yes.
What the hell did he snap that ball for? And, okay, great, because if you're going to run the ball, I'm on board because the defensive line is probably like it's 2, it's 1. Oh, they're going to just run it out. And maybe you get the first down if you're running it. Then you decide to pass it. Okay, I don't love it, but all right. You can't take a sack. Like, what the – so that should have told you right there. Maybe it's just not Jordan's day. This defense has gotten to him. Maybe we just take a beat and say, what the blank are we doing? Understand that, too. Now, I love that he's got trust and belief in his quarterback. I think it was ill-founded yesterday. And that decision there. And then someone explained to me why we took that OPI penalty. The OPI, the guy didn't catch the ball. It would have been 4th and 10. What are we doing with that?
I believe, and I'm not I'm not sure.
By the way, great challenge. I want to give LaFleur credit. Great challenge on that 12 men. I've crushed him on his challenges. He crushed that one. So continue, Jason.
Well, I'm not entirely sure, but according to the game book, the officials ruled that as a catch.
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't even close.
So he would have had to challenge it to then decide whether or not to accept the penalty or not. So it's in the game book as a 36-yard catch.
Yeah, it was.
So he
didn't get his feet in, and he didn't catch it. But otherwise, it was a catch.
I understand, but you can't decline it if they're calling it a catch.
Okay, I didn't know that they called it a catch. Don't you have assisted replay like that? I saw it.
Another
Like,
great example. That's the issue with the Sky Judge. Is that you never know when he's going to jump in and not, right?
Yeah, well, that should have been
that was an
and
instance where
it didn't matter. But they did end up getting got a 5-yard penalty and punted and got it down to the 1. So you just never know how that stuff. But I'd like us to really make good decisions. Yep. And I think LaFleur's gotten better with challenges. I do. At least I hope.
There's also, speaking of decisions and being backed up the way they were, there's a few people wondering why did Golden run out of bounds? Why didn't he stop and keep going up the field?
It was a poor throw.
That
was a poor throw.
Thank you that's exactly what I was going to say. All right, we need to get to more calls. 844-770-3776. I also need to remind you of our great partnership with Lakeland Supply. They have been great. Vince and the team is awesome over there. It's not my area of expertise. It's theirs. But if you need their area of expertise, they're there for you. And core values are an important piece to any successful business, and Lakeland Supply is no different. They've been displaying their core values in the industrial supply space for over 40 years. Integrity, excellence, stewardship, partnership, and faith. They're ISO certified, a Future 50 winner, top rated in customer satisfaction, and they believe in giving back to the community. Lakeland isn't one of those catalog companies either. They work to be your packaging and supply expert, building plans around what you want. Lakeland Supply is in business to make your business better. So set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. More of your calls and texts on the Carbless Talk and Text line, 844-770-3776. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com. That's 2025. TakeAstand.GiveSmart.com.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush, Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered with fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel. Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Are you sick and tired of sad, skimpy, frozen pizzas that lack toppings and flavor? Problem solved. Screamin' Sicilian brings the party to pizza with mountains of whole milk mozzarella, premium meats, and veggies stacked to the sky. No tweaks necessary. Just tons of toppings and amazing flavor. Just bake it, bite it, and let it rip. Mamma mia! Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian. Toppings piled high, screamin' loud, always delicious.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
And I don't wanna wait, I don't wanna wait, I don't wanna wait. Got no reason not to celebrate, baby, I just don't want.
If we have a chance during today's program, I would like to discuss, if you're listening in Madison, the promo that you hear of Homer saying, "You cannot trust Jordan Love." I think it's more nuanced than that. I don't think that it's out of bounds to have a conversation about it. I don't agree with him, as I told him yesterday, but there are some critical mistakes that can't be made, and he made one of those yesterday, whether they should have called a pass play or not. Let's get going again with the calls, 844-770-3776. Let's get to a couple of Andys before the next break. Let's start with Andy in Madison. Andy, thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you got for us?
Hey, guys. Thank you, and thanks for not letting Tausch talk anymore after the break because he was gobbling up all the good takes.
I'm a take gobbler. I'm like,
yeah, he's the gobbler.
I'm the Pac-Man of takes today.
Well, you know, you upped your level of vitriol, which I think was good. Last night on game night, you were kind of like, well, Matt LaFleur needs to learn the situation, and, and I'm like, no. Any idiot sitting on his couch last night knew what the situation was. Any beer-drinking Packer fan knew that the Cleveland Browns.
Was that Andy? Was that your impersonation of me? Well, do.
Tausch
here.
I don't know what was better, that or Jason's home.
All right, Andy, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It was you were slightly apologist, I thought, for Matt LaFleur last night. And today.
Okay, I would totally disagree. All right, continue. I'll speak after you're done. Okay.
All right. So anyway, but that last night was unlike anything I've ever seen in 40 years as a Packer fan. The complete lack of awareness and how a game is unfolding, the texture of the game. Not even all of Mike McCarthy and his glorious ineptitude over the years. I don't think he ever made so many poor decisions in one game to effectively hand a game over to the other team. And, suddenly, all this talk, and I was on board with the undefeated talk. I thought all that stuff was possible. And now we're just a 2-1 team in a conference full of 3-0 teams, including San Francisco 49ers led by Kyle Shanahan. And, Wilde, you just made a comment earlier I sort of disagreed with it. You said something like, the Kyle Shanahan, it's all offensive minded, they want to win the game or, put it away and you got to stay aggressive, whatever. But I just kind of look back to the 2020 playoff game when Shanahan, set aside his ego and did nothing but run the ball. I mean, they threw the ball 8 times in that playoff game. They decimated us. Mm-hmm. It was ugly, right? Boring football. He was willing to win ugly. And I think the ego of a lot of these offensive coaches is they put their ego ahead of the team and what the team needs, and they are not willing to win ugly. I mean, think about the Packers' defense for all these years. We can't stop the run. The way to beat the Packers is to run the ball. But so few teams, so few offensive coordinators and offensive coaches are willing to set their ego aside to win ugly and do what is necessary to win. And yesterday, Matt LaFleur did exactly that. And it reminded me of Mike McCarthy the year we went 15-1 and lost to the Chiefs. The Chiefs were I want to say they were 28th against the run and maybe 5th against the pass. Somebody can check that. But it was obvious that the recipe in that game was to run the ball, take advantage of their weak rush defense. And what did they do? They had Rodgers passing all game, getting beat up, murdered. And it was just his ego. And yesterday was the same thing. The Packers head coach put himself and his role before the teams. Now, and it's either LaFleur's ego took center stage over the team, or he lacks the basic awareness that every single Packer fan had yesterday, was that the Cleveland Browns were not going to score unless we gave them a short field. I don't want to hear about Jordan Love and the caller before. And, yeah, Jordan Love's got to know not to. Listen, Jordan Love was battered just as badly as Joe Flacco was at this point.
He got beat up.
LaFleur came into the game to be aggressive to win. Fine. Guess what? It wasn't working. And the defense was holding. They punted the ball on 4th and 4 from the 40-yard line with 8 minutes left in the game because they couldn't move the ball. They were just hoping Matt LaFleur would give them an opportunity to shorten the field. And he did it. It was unbelievable. Now listen, you know who Matt LaFleur might be? I'm gonna give Wilde a little trivia because I know we got the same movie tape. Who's Sidney Green? You know who Sidney Green is?
I'm sorry that I'm choking on this. I don't know who that is, but I'm going to kick myself when you tell
Billy Hoyle, his teammate Billy Hoyle. Sidney Green was the guy who was Wesley Snipes in White Men Can't Jump. Okay. And Billy Hoyle was Woody Harrelson. And Woody Harrelson's critique of him was, you would rather look good and lose than look bad and win. And that's who Matt LaFleur was yesterday. And some caller last night on game night talked about his finely coiffed hairs and his eyebrows and all that crap. Look at Kyle Shanahan. You think that guy spends any time in front of a mirror? No, I don't think so. He cares about winning at any cost. Now, if Ed Policy didn't chew LaFleur a new one last night, today, tomorrow, then he's not the right guy for the job either. I am for Matt LaFleur to be on the hot seat immediately. I am for retaining Jeff Hafley at any cost. Fire Bisaccia, take that money, move it over to Hafley, do what you got to do. You cannot let that guy get away. And this is it for LaFleur. Super Bowl or bust. You are on the clock. And did anyone hear the postgame? The postgame with LaFleur? This guy is delusional. Completely delusional. LaFleur, he said something along the lines that, you know what really bothered me about this game is that maybe, possibly, it could be argued that the interception cost us the game. You think? Like I thought I tuned in. I never really tuned into his post game press conferences, but I thought I was going to see a guy begging for forgiveness and saying that I blew this game. And there was really none of that. He took responsibility for all the wrong reasons. Okay, look, hey, I got to make a better play call. No, you got to run the ball. You got to know what everybody watching TV knows. Zero awareness. Okay, so information. I want to say one thing. Can't let Hafley get away. And then I want to leave Tausch with a question because I really thought about this, and I haven't heard anybody bring this up. And like I said, Tausch took up a lot of the takes already. But what if you're a defensive player on this team last night, and you just gave your all in what should have been a 10-0 shutout as you run the ball 3 times and punt for the entire fourth quarter? What are you thinking in your head as Matt LaFleur addresses this team as a defensive player, saying whatever BS he said in the postgame, because that's what it was? Because I would be irate. And I would think this is the type of thing that could rip a locker room apart. And I'm just wondering if you think a person would even maybe be vocal about it, or somebody might approach him. And that's all I got, man. I just
that's all
I've
you've
never
got?
seen.
You brought it.
Tausch gobbled the takes, and Andy got the rest of them.
Thanks for the call, Andy. We appreciate
Miss
you.
Pac-Man came in and just chopped up Mr. Pac-Man. I'll tell you that. As far as the locker room splintering, no, not even close at this point. I think you understand that there's different games and there's different flows. Are they disappointed? Absolutely they are, because they played a really good game. There's been plenty of times that I think offenses have scored a lot of points and you give up a ton. And, good leadership and good teams don't let that stuff splinter. You're going to have conversations. I don't believe this is one where you have Micah or Rashawn or any of these guys go up and say, Coach, you need to trust us that we can get this done. I don't think we're there.
Yeah.
But I do hope that Matt LaFleur looks at this and says, and I think he did, I don't think it was all BS in the post game.
Mm-hmm.
I think he legitimately thought I cost us this game for our team by not trusting in our defense. That is how I read that. Now, maybe I'm wrong. So I think Andy is obviously very upset. And I think, like a lot of Packer fans, you don't like giving games away. And especially when you know you have a really good team. They gave one away yesterday. That was not one where you can always live if somebody's more physical and comes in and beats you.
Yep.
You can always live with that. That is not what happened yesterday. Cleveland's defense, very good. Probably outplayed our defense when it all comes to being said and done. I think it's close. And you when you have a 10-0 lead in a game like that, it feels like it's 20-0. It feels 3 scores.
Yep.
And that was the part. Homer wanted to start the postgame at 10-0, and I thought, my rule of thumb is it's got to be a 3-score game for us to do it. And I'm glad we stuck with that, because that would have been tough. That would have been tough.
I don't remember all of our prize picks for the weekend, but I know I feel like we went less on Jordan Love's passing yards, which appears to be more and more the right call. With the MVP
except for 2 weeks ago, where that cost me one of mine. Matthew Golden. We'll have to discuss, too. I'm getting a lot of tweets about that throw, and they said it was a perfect throw. Golden should have cut up because of the safety. We can take a look at that on that play. Matthew Golden, though, very good for Old T yesterday. Good day with Mahomes and everything else. We make decisions every day on Prize Picks. You know what? It is more fun when you're right. I found that out yesterday. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it is good to be right, and it is simple to play. Pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. You get it right, you cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals, they are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. They offer injury reboots, and you know what? It lets you have your sports opinions. You believe what's going to happen. Just make sure you get it right. Join millions of users. Sign up today. Download the app. Use code WI. Get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right.
All right. Andy in Waukesha, Ricardo in Canada, Tim in West Bend, Brandon in Maryland. I'm sorry that Andy in Madison was on a Pac-Man tear there.
Yeah. Go faster than Andy did.
So we will get to your calls.
Yeah, there is a lot of other stuff to get into. We haven't even talked about playing Zach Tom, and he only got one snap. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we haven't. And somebody texted me this after our post game last night.
Don't gobble them all up.
I'm not going to gobble them up. But
Sounds like
the
a
O-line,
gobble.
stunk yesterday. The O-line stunk yesterday.
Yeah, we've got some statistics to back that up as well. We'll get to all that when we do a 7-hour show today. To get to all of it, it's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here. Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
While the Packers led for most of the game, a Jordan Love interception led to a Browns touchdown to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. The green and gold drove the ball down the field and attempted a field goal to take the lead, but it was blocked and set up Cleveland for a game-winning field goal as time expired. Here's Packers quarterback Jordan Love on his late-game interception.
It was a really tough play, especially in the circumstances of the timing of the game right there. So, one we just have to learn from, move on.
The Packers will prepare to head to the Lone Star State as they will match up against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
This has been your green and gold fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
Kevin Moret here for Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing, from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off, and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN, and don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
For general contest rules, visit espnwisconsincontest.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
get to one more call here, take our 2-minute top of the hour break, and then start rolling with calls a little bit more expeditiously. Let's go to Andy in Waukesha first. Andy, good morning. Thanks for holding on, buddy. What do you got for us?
Morning, guys. Hey, I'm going to try to be quick and not be as angry as the other Andy. But and frankly, I'm piggybacking off a lot of good calls. I listened to the post game last night and Jen and Gabe this morning. And I specifically Tausch's what I think is an excellent point about Matt LaFleur failing to grasp how to coach yesterday's game to win yesterday's game. Mm-hmm. I mean, someone pointed out in Jen and Gabe this morning, New England scored 33 points and lost the Super Bowl to Philly in 2018. The next year, they played the Rams in the Super Bowl and won by scoring just 13 points. I think Matt LaFleur is a really good coach in games in which the Packers offense scores in the upper 20s and 30s. Yesterday was a game they should have won by scoring 10 points. Yep. I don't think Matt is comfortable or even very good at coaching with a lower scoring contest where you're going to go up against a physical defense like Philly has, San Francisco's had in years past, and Cleveland. Everyone knew that was a good defense going into it. And also in those games, guess what else matters? Special teams. Mm-hmm. Last year's playoff loss was 16-10 in the fourth quarter in Philly. The defense was playing well, and Matt LaFleur looked defeated. He also had a special teams that fumbled the opening kickoff and gave Philly a 7-0 lead, and then McManus missed the kick. And Tausch, the caller yesterday, who made the point about the 13-10 loss to the Niners in the playoffs, that was a guy named Jason, because I actually called my son in New York City and said, listen to this. That was excellent. Because in that game, the Packer D gave up 6 points.
Yep.
And was really good. But again, Matt looked defeated with his offense getting bullied by a very good Niners defense. And they had a field goal blocked and the punt blocked for the touchdown. That should have been a 10-6 win. Matt gets antsy, and he gets out of his comfort zone in these kind of defensive games. And then, and Tosh, one point you brought up earlier this morning, you said we got to take it and learn from it. When do we stop pretending that we're going to learn on special teams? And I'm not trying to segue, but the Chiefs and the Eagles win games. They don't just look to avoid losing on special teams. The Chiefs won a game against the Broncos last year, blocking a field goal at the buzzer. The Eagles did that twice yesterday. The Bisaccia thing is, and you're right. I think it was Jason was the same caller yesterday and compared Bisaccia to Joe Barry. Matt has got to get his act together. We can point to Jordan Love. That was on coaching. They should have won that game 10-0 or 10-3 and moved on to Dallas. Matt LaFleur is responsible for yesterday's loss, in my opinion.
Thanks for the call, Andy. We appreciate it. Yeah, look, again, it can be – these things are not mutually exclusive. We can, again, say Matt LaFleur should have run the ball into the line of scrimmage, but he chose to call the pass, and then you made a bad pass. Those can both be true. Just like it can be true that the Packers' special teams cost them, again, just like it did in that playoff game. Look, the offense cost them. So did the special teams. That was true of that playoff game. That was true yesterday. Again, we could get it. I want to get into the Zach Tom thing because I had a conversation with him on Friday, and I could not believe he was active. And I'm not sure there are many instances where a guy has played one snap. I mean, even Jair Alexander in Chicago last year played 10 before he removed himself from the game. And there's no way Zach Tom should have played yesterday.
Agreed.
That we can all agree on.
Yes. And Zach agrees with that.
He does. And I'd be curious, and I will ask Matt LaFleur at 3 o'clock, what exactly was the process that led to him playing? Because that I want to know. Because the Zach Tom that I talked to on Friday
couldn't run straight ahead.
He was very torn, and he was saying, look, I don't want to go out there and be a detriment to the team. I don't want to go out there and play badly. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I feel like my team needs me. So sometimes you have to decide for him. And clearly in this case, whoever allowed him to have some say-so, it was a mistake. It's never a mistake, though, whether you're drowning your sorrows or celebrating a victory, to include Tito's in your game plan.
Indeed, and whether you're pre-gaming beforehand and you have a spicy bloody, make sure it's Tito's. If you're out, like we are out at this beautiful golf outing today, I like the transfusion. And, if you like a little something after, a little cranberry, whatever it is, make sure it's Tito's in your glass. And not only does Tito's have great vodka, they're also great in the community, give back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits all across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka in that glass, crafted to be savored responsibly.
Our 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde Tausch.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with a refreshing offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Well, this month only, get $1,000 off your Lugstone shower remodel and 0 interest financing for 12 months. My new buddy Chris from Oostburg is one of their skilled installers who demos your existing bath or shower, removes it, and disposes it before installing your brand new dream shower. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that's KohlerServicesWI.com.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune in to Kyle Breston Nortman from 2 to 5 every day.
WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Tausch continues with more of your calls. 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the carbless talk and text line. List is more. Have you been abandoned with your big T-shirt with the medallion screen printed on it?
No. Jesse was, he said there's just so much good stuff that he had to go cut some audio. I don't know. So I think he's back, but I don't know if he's being shy and doesn't want to be on the camera.
I was on the search for some breakfast.
That's more on brand.
Yeah,
that makes sense. There it is. What'd they have? What kind of breakfast?
I didn't find any.
Oh, that's a bummer.
All right, let's get back to the call. So enough about Jesse and whatever the hell he's been doing.
Well, you asked.
Looking for a bagel.
100% my fault.
It's
me and the floor. Take it on, Maddie.
It's the Wisconsin Invitational Golf Tournament. I thought maybe some of those Uncrustables they have for the AmFam Championship might be around. You know, some bacon, some eggs.
Jason, do you think before we take a call?
Sure.
Do Do you agree with our last call, Andy's point on LaFleur? He's obviously a prideful dude, and he wants his offense to be great. It's his offense. It's Hafley's defense. Do you think that he does get caught up in that, or do you think he why did yesterday happen?
Yeah, I would. I know Andy in Waukesha disagreed with me, so I'm going to disagree back with him. I don't think it's pride. Okay. I do think that there's the mentality with all these guys, and somebody, I think it was the previous Andy in Madison, who mentioned, Shanahan, and he doesn't put as much effort into his appearance and whatever else.
But in fairness, McVay does. Like Sean does.
I never thought Shanahan was ugly, but
no, he's definitely more. Yeah, he's
scrappy. Yeah,
and McVay lost on a block kick too yesterday. That was quite an ending. And then the thing in Tampa happened, but they came back anyway. I do think that there is a mentality among all those guys that the old school way of running the ball 3 times and punting is not successful. But I thought you had the perfect response to that, which is, don't do that against Josh Allen. Don't do that against the Lions. But during against this hack operation of an offense led by 68-year-old Joe Flacco, that's exactly what you should have done. I think that is a completely fair criticism. Again, I think you can argue, but they're not mutually exclusive. If they do call a pass, you can't have what happened happen. Period.
Agreed.
Finn. If you're an MVP candidate, you can't make that mistake. It doesn't mean that Jordan Love sucks and we think they're screwed because he's their quarterback. In that instance, though, you got to be better. And I think that's a fair critique.
Do you trust Jordan Love? Do you trust Jordan Love right now? I know Jen, Gabe, and Chewy put that up on their poll. I've mentioned that a bunch.
And this is all Homer's idea.
Oh, well, I brought it up. But, yeah, Homer, I have no problem with Homer. I asked that question. I have no problem with Homer. Homer's on that show. He does 4 hours. I do 1. So, great. Do you?
I do.
Do ya, Dukin?
I do. But when you make mistakes like that.
Yes. I said, do ya? Do ya believe? Do ya trust? Do ya Dukin?
Douye is how we said his name.
You say potato, patata.
Hip, hip, hooray. Go ahead. Do ya, do ye. Yes, but when he makes a mistake like that, he makes it a lot harder for me to continue to trust him.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So, look, I don't think this is a referendum on whether or not he's a good quarterback, but on that play, that is not a mistake you can afford to make.
He was not a good quarterback yesterday, period.
He wasn't.
And by the way,
and part of it was he got the crap kicked out of him, tying a career high of number of sacks with 5. Yep.
He took a couple he had no business taking, too. But, yes, he was pressured. Every quarterback that gets rattled like he does is going to have a tough day, just for the record. Aaron Rodgers had a game out in Denver where he threw for 75 yards and got drilled. Like, it happens. And we do need to acknowledge Cleveland's defense is doggone good. They are. So, all right, moving along.
Let's go north of the border.
Move it along.
Is Ricardo going to be bummed, or is he going to be Johnny Positive?
I've been trying to get to Ricardo for a bit.
Ricardo,
I'm very, very, very curious, Matt LaFleur and Mike McCarthy, who was at the volleyball match during the Packers game yesterday.
Jesse got a lot of clicks yesterday, did he? He is such a little click. He is a little click guy, isn't he?
Clicky monster.
What can I put up to get all these clicks?
Let's go north of the border to Canada and talk to our guy, Ricardo. Ricardo, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How you doing, bud?
Good morning, everybody. The green and gold Kool-Aid isn't as sweet as it is today, but you know what? It's okay. It happens, okay? We're not the Giants. We're not the Jets. We're not the Browns. These games are going to happen, all right? It was a bad football game. Do we trust Jordan Love? Of course we trust him. He's our quarterback. Well, just like do we trust Josh Jacobs? He fumbled on the last drive, but we got it back, right? These things are going to happen. Matt LaFleur needs to do better. He does, yes. Our special teams, we as a fan base deserve more than one game where we don't have to worry about it. That needs to be figured out. It's been years in the making. I don't know what to do anymore. Versace is stealing money. Someone should put out an FBI on the one, because that guy's just taking money from us, because I don't know what the hell is going on.
That seems strong.
But
that seems strong, Ricardo.
No, I'm talking. Listen, 3 years, man. I wish someone paid me for 3 years and not do my job. You know what I mean? Like, that'd be great.
What does he know about the FBI? He's in Canada.
Let's just move it along.
In His Majesty's Secret Service.
Oh, boy.
But in terms of the game, guys, the best, my father always said, there's always a positive in anything. And the best thing about this team is that, one, we needed a game like this to slap us in the face, to be like, hey, get off your high horse. No more talk about undefeated seasons. No more talk about Super Bowls. Let's worry about the now. Let's go back to the 1-0 every week. Get your behinds in gear. Worry about who's in front of you. Don't worry about what's happening in February. Worry about what's happening this Sunday. We needed it. And guess what? If we were going to lose a game like that, I think the Cleveland Browns, an AFC team in the middle, in the third week of the year, is probably a good idea. Because guess what? Every team, last time I heard, I think the Dolphins were the only team that went undefeated. So you're going to lose a game. It's going to happen. But you need to learn from it. Now, if this continues the trend where the sloppiness, the penalties continue, then we got a serious problem. This can be a positive, so we need to make it a positive. Guys, it's September. Relax. That Andy you called earlier, tell him to go have some chai tea and relax. Like, what is everyone's jumping off the bridge for? We're not the Giants. We're the Packers. There's a title time. We'll be in the playoffs. We got to kick ass, get our hinds in gear, and we'll be okay. Relax.
Relax.
I'm Team Ricardo.
I'm with Ricardo too.
Ricardo, thanks for the call.
You can still be very critical and also feel like this team. I don't feel any worse about this. Now, I'm more concerned, obviously, about our offense, but we're not going to play a lot of defenses like this. Cleveland's defense is going to be top 5. It's going to be in the same category as the Green Bay Packers defense.
Yeah, so
I believe
let me briefly address Ricardo's statement there, if I may.
Which one?
The one about don't go jumping off the bridge. The calling the FBI, we're going to let that one slide. But
does Canada have an FBI?
I think it's important.
I think it's like Interpol or something like that.
Interpol, that's great.
No, that's
nice poll. That was good though. I like that. The issue that I have here is that the conversation that we're having is independent of our overarching view of this team. And I wanted to highlight, I think his actual name is Monty, and he can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but his nom de plume on Twitter is Ferd Turgeson, and his poll question was, which do you think is the closest to the kind of team the Packers actually are? Weeks 1 and 2 or week 3? And I give credit where credit's due. I love this poll because I think
literally asked this question on Green Bay game night last night.
Well, I wasn't listening.
Give credit where credit's
due. No, I mean I literally did, but yeah, that is it is a great
credit
poll.
where it's due.
It's a good job by Homer.
It just
Go ahead.
Then we can discuss.
Go ahead.
Right now, Ferd has gotten 480 votes.
Okay.
And it's 91% weeks 1 and 2.
Yes.
9% week 3. And that's my point, is that we are going to dissect this game and criticize where it's deserved. But I'm with Tausch. This doesn't change my view of what this team is.
Not even a little bit.
They should be 3-0, and if they'd have done their job properly, they would be.
Yes.
And losses do matter, even AFC losses. You never know what this is going to mean when we get to week 18.
That this is all true, and the thing is, and this is where when Jesse was talking about being Mr. Rational, that's not this job. That's not what this job is. No. This job is to let fans feel. Let's let the fans feel the way they feel, and you can still have perspective on a holistic approach to where this team is, and this team is going to be really blank and good. Yesterday, they were really good in one-third phases of football, and that is going to get your blank beat. Now, if they continue with the sloppy play, and by the way, if you're going to be concerned, special teams, I'm all in with you being concerned. I think Rich Bisaccia, I totally agree. I think he's gotten a complete pass this entire time. With the kicking and, I didn't draft Anders Carl, all this other stuff. It's been, blech. Now, you have the kicker, you have a punter. It should be better. You have to clean this stuff up. But the concern level, and what I've said is that interior offensive line is a concern. We can't run the football effectively. And I know Cleveland is really good. But you want to say, how can you alleviate some pressure off of Jordan Love and let him play that type of game? You run the football. Teams are doing everything, and Washington came in and said, we're not going to let you run it, and Jordan torched him. Beautiful. Well, that's not what happened yesterday. And so that is the concern. And you can have optimistic beliefs, and I do, and I know you do, Jason, because I think this roster is really good. But you have to put it together. And, yes, yesterday was a complete blank show when it comes to two-thirds of your football team. And you can't just say, well, 95% of us think we're going to be great. You can't. We can. They certainly can't. And they need to figure and get that stuff cleaned up. There is more than enough talent here. And I said 14 wins when the season after Micah Parsons. I still feel we're going to be in that ballpark, but not if we do what we did yesterday. And I think yesterday was a combination of these guys feeling like they were really blanking good and that Cleveland wasn't. And for a big chunk of the game, it played out that way until it didn't. And then you're scrambling, and when you start scrambling, you make mistakes. And when you do that, games like that can happen. Because I would bet if we played that team 20 times, we win 19 of them. Yesterday was the one.
And you win 20 if you just run into the line instead of having Jordan Love throw an interception. All right, I want to get to more of your calls. Again, lots to get to. I'm seeing, and look, I want to apologize to the folks in the YouTube comments. I am monitoring those. There are a lot of really good ideas. I wasn't kidding. We could do a 7-hour show today. I don't have time to do that. Neither do you knuckleheads, so we won't do it. But we got a lot going on.
Who's to stop the YouTubers from just doing?
Well, they're doing their own show. Yeah, they're doing their own. They're discussing penalties. 14 penalties.
Yeah, very sloppy.
What are we doing here? Jordan Morgan. We'll try to get to as much of it as we can. What we definitely need to get to is Tausch telling us about Quick Trip.
Yep, and Packer fans, your next Quick Trip run could score you the ultimate win. That'd be nice. Cruise into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST. You can blaze the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570 or grill like an MVP with a Pit Boss Ultimate Lift-Off griddle. For every $1 you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards, you'll earn points to use in the Packers fan zone. No purchase is necessary. You can get full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. And you know what? It's busy, right? Everybody's busy. You can go, you can get that fried chicken, the pizza, take-home meals. You can pay ahead and grab it in-store or curbside. And don't miss these deals. They go through today, so get moving. Kitchen Cravings Boneless Pork Chops, 99 cents. Bananas, jumbo onions, baked potatoes, 29 cents a pound. Quickery White Bread. You can get honey wheat, Italian cracked wheat, Swiss rye. I like Swiss rye. Multigrain or Texas toast. You get 2 loaves for $4. Tailgate savings and sweepstakes. Only at Quick Trip. We'll see ya next time.
I thought my headphones.
I got you on that one. Hey, I got you on that one. That was fun.
Drew you offside.
Oh, Jumpy McGee over here.
4th and 1.
Hey, Jordan, hold it. Don't snap the ball. Let it go. We'll move on to the next one. We'll get new deals next week.
Everybody knew what was coming, and he still jumped.
He jumped. You get flinchy over there. Don't be flinching.
More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
This year, it just feels different.
Swing and a miss! He struck him out!
Listen to WTMJ as the Brewers make their charge to the postseason. Brewers playoff coverage is presented by the Narrow Spine Center of Wisconsin and featured by Annex Wealth Management, Boucher Automotive, and Delta Dental. We are the home of the Brewers. WTMJ.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' taste. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025. Any coach will tell you, games are won in the preparation. The same's true in cybersecurity. Trend Micro helps businesses move from reactive to proactive with cyber risk exposure management. That means real-time visibility into your risks across cloud, email, endpoints, and networks. For over 35 years, enterprises worldwide have trusted Trend Micro to prepare, protect, and perform. Don't wait for the next threat to blow the whistle. Get secure now at trendmicro.com, because the best defense is being ready before the game even starts.
It's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some exciting news from my friends at Bank 5-9. Not only have they been named a top workplace for 16 straight years, but they've just won the prestigious Community Choice Award as the best bank in the Milwaukee area. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Not only do they have great products and services, but they truly live out their mission to make lives better. If you're looking for a true local community bank, check out the best. Visit bank59.com to learn more today. Member FDIC.
In the Midwest, we know the real deal on the field and in your wellness routine. Higher Love Cannabis Company in Menominee, Michigan offers top-tier Michigan-grown CBD products, no shortcuts, no synthetic knockoffs. Just clean, green certified, organically grown CBD crafted for fans who expect the best. Whether you're gearing up for the game or winding down after a win, swing through Higher Love just across the Wisconsin border and experience the highest quality CBD in the Midwest. Higher Love, the real deal, no limitations. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Let's get back to your calls.
So, Jason, before we grab this call, I just got a really interesting text from my buddy Antony. And here's what he said. He is, I'm not a Packer fan, so this is a completely unbiased opinion. If the Packers are a Super Bowl type team, which I believe they are, and I think you do.
I do.
Correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
There is, and I go, zero reason your quarterback shouldn't be trusted to not throw a pick on what should be a game-sealing 3rd and 3 situation. Running game stunk. LaFleur was good for a dagger. Asking your quarterback to throw an incompletion or convert a 3rd and 3 should be the minimum that they do. And then also, he's a big Brewer fan. How about giving the Brew Crew a minute? And I said, well, I'm still banned for 3 days, so I can't.
Yeah, you
so
can't do that. We'll do that without you in a little bit. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But that,
Tony?
Yep.
And Tony.
Really good text.
That's a great text. Which again, if you say that on the postgame show, apparently you incur the wrath of all of Twitter. But I couldn't agree with Antony more. Reasonable expectation there. Also, for those of you that are interested in the Pro Football Focus grading, the 5 lowest graded players on offense yesterday, from the bottom up. Rasheed Walker, Jordan Morgan, Aaron Banks, Anthony Belton, Elton Jenkins. What do all those guys have in common? They're all offensive linemen.
Well, they all said we were going to go undefeated this year.
One of them did. And now he is giving himself a 14-week ban.
Yeah, he's pulling a towel.
All linemen are not afraid to ban themselves, I've noticed. The Broncos went years without having their O-line talk.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's probably helped them win a couple of championships. Who was the D lineman that just ate our lunch yesterday? What was the kid's name? Because I want him on our team at some point. I want Goody to go get him, too.
Hasn't he made enough trades?
No, but I'm saying, that cat, I mean, he ate our lunch in the middle of that defense. So
we will get to.
He had the sack early in the game. He was all over the place. He ate our lunch up front. And Aaron Banks, he's not able to finish games. Like, there's a lot of concern. Like, if you want to be concerned about something, Bisaccia special teams, I'm all for it. I am much less concerned about Jordan Love than I am about our interior part of our O-line, because I don't know if they can stay healthy, and it's become a little struggly so far.
Was it Malik Collins that you're thinking of?
Yep, Malik Collins. Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get back to the calls. Thank you, Antony, for the text message. Though I, more than anyone else, appreciate that, because I think you helped my argument. Let's go to Tim in West Bend first. Tim, good morning. Thanks for holding on so long.
Good morning.
What do you got, buddy?
Thanks for taking my call. I don't know. I don't want to say I was on hold a long time, but I think Apple came out with 2 new versions of the phone while I was on hold here.
I heard the new one sucks. Too. Maybe I'm wrong.
Anyway, negatives and positives. Negative. I mean, they just had a real letdown, and Matt LaFleur needs to get better. I thought at halftime it was 3-0, and I thought, well, what are they going to do to adjust? Great coaches like a Belichick or whatever, those guys adjust, and they outcoach the other guy in the latter part of the game. That didn't.
Not much adjusted in North Carolina right now. I'll tell you that.
Why didn't
their girlfriend smooching them after they lose?
Smoochy moochy.
Why didn't? Also, why? I mean, it seemed like they were doing different things, like a screen pass. Even they had a screen pass with a penalty. They ran with one the very next play at work. Why didn't they try some of that stuff? I mean, it seemed like they gave up on some stuff pretty easy, and I don't know. And positives, they play Dallas next week, and Dallas lost. They got smoked by Chicago, which is awesome whenever that happens. Normally, I'd say it's a trap game, but because Green Bay got beat so bad, they're going to be looking for revenge. So,
oh yeah.
And the other positive, it's easy to coach. Oh my God, there's so much stuff to coach. Penalties, bad play by Aaron. This would be an easy week to coach. I mean, come on.
Yeah, good call, Tim. I agree with a bunch of what you said, including the Dallas thing. Like, this is an opportunity based on what we saw Caleb Williams do to get to their defense. There should be an opportunity here for Jordan Love and the Packers offense to feel better about themselves than they do after yesterday's performance. We do need to have a conversation at some point about Jordan Morgan, though, because he had 3 of those penalties. He was the man responsible for Shelby Harris, who blocked the field goal. Would he just be better off playing one position? Is he jack of all trades, master of none at this point? We'll get to that coming up. Let's get to another call here before the break, though. Let's go to Brandon in Maryland. Brandon, good morning. Thanks for holding on. What do you got for us?
Hey, good morning, Jason and Mark. Long-time listener here for your show. I love you guys.
Thank you.
I don't know how much time you guys have. I can go on a whole roast fest here like Comedy Central on these guys, but
I kind of want to hear a couple roasts.
Does that make you Mickey Glazer?
I'm out on roasts.
I'd like 2 or 3 roasts. That would be fun.
Well, I like listening to Frank Caliendo, and I kind of like doing some impersonations with John Gruden like him. But the main focus on what I wanted to call about today was just I don't know what this franchise and this organization is doing. Concentration-wise, when they told us the entire offseason, their focus was on building a formidable offensive line to be able to handle a team like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And if this is your concentration, that you guys have had the entire offseason, you guys have gone through the whole scouting departments, you've gone through the entire, roster talent development process of things, and this is a product that you guys put out on the field, what is it saying about the team's management skills, their ability to scout players, their ability to get, talent attained, and also going out and making a splash in free agency, signing a guy like Aaron Banks, who's fortunately already proven to be a big of a bust. And, you've got Matt LaFleur with his coaching issues where in tight management of the clock, he's always come through with, choking the game away with either abandoning the run the football or trying to do his gadget plays with jet sweeps and trick plays. And he just gets away from being able to just do the basics. And he kind of gets in his own head and ways. So, it's a cumulative, formula of what's going on with this team of always choking in the big moments in games, because it's been 3 NFC championship games we've lost under Matt LaFleur now, 2 against the 49ers, 1 against the Bucks. Those guys eventually, they go into the Super Bowl and lose, but it's got to be concerning under 7 years under Matt LaFleur that this guy hasn't really shown any fire or under, letting a fire under these guys as, butts when they go into the game, and there's no passion, there's no emotion with these guys that I see. The defense, I'm just so happy that this defense is showing up here under halfway year the way they are. We've always been a franchise that's been about offense, it's been about quarterbacks, it's been about great receivers and developing talent there. It'd be great to have some sort of identity like the way the Steelers did in the 60s and 70s, or the Ravens in the 2000s and the 2002 Bucks team. But the offense, which is supposed to be our bread and butter, especially starting in at the interior line, this is an absolute joke. This is an absolute travesty of a franchise grading talent and then trying to have everybody we could have drafted over to skill position players over the years and the players we missed out on. This is what you have to show for it. I'm glad this Cleveland game happened because it exposed everything for the flaws we have, from management to scouting to personnel to just the gameplay and going into, being able to play a team we should be able to beat. But everyone's saying that we're a Super Bowl caliber team. I just don't see it. I think we're lacking veteran presence. We're lacking, a guy like Devontae Adams, which could be able to get, the ball in his hands at any moment, at any time of the game, to be able to get us first down, move the chains. We don't have any real number one receiver right now, with Reed being out, with Watson being out, with, a bunch of players is injured, and we're just being exposed.
Yeah, look, a few things, Brandon, and thanks for the call. It was not a roast, and you made some very good points. First of all, I think when we look at the big picture of this, the criticism for this game is fair. I don't know if we're going to extrapolate it out and they're not, showing up to play and whatever else. But the one thing that we do need to talk about, and I had a couple of people say this when they signed him. I'm not a connoisseur of offensive line play, but I had people ask me, why did they give Aaron Banks that much money? And the early returns between durability and performance are that was not a great signing. I think that's a fair critique. So that doesn't mean that that's going to be the final analysis of that signing, but to Brandon's point, they did this expressly to restructure their offensive line. They missed, even though he started 50 games, on Josh Myers. They decide they can't go forward with him and re-sign him. So now you've got Elton at center. You pay a guy $26 million or whatever it is for this season for Aaron Banks to come in and be your left guard. You got an offensive lineman that was your first-round pick last year that not only can't earn a starting job, but struggled at multiple positions yesterday. Tausch, to Brandon's point, your concern level with the offensive line, because you watched two teams over the weekend have problems in that area, and we know everything starts there for you offensively.
Yeah, I was concerned interior depth-wise, especially at center. And Elton obviously did not have his, one of his better games yesterday. There is concern why you're not running the football and why you've not been as effective as maybe we've seen. I know Josh Jacobs had a good second half last week, but all in all, it has not been as good as what it was with a group that you felt like you needed to upgrade. And it is early in the season, and guys missed a lot of camp. And you mentioned Banks, and Zach Tom's been out and missed time. But that needs to, and Goody has put a lot of resources into where that team, into that position group, because he knows that's how you win. And he's seen it with Philly. He's seen it with other teams. And yesterday, Cleveland, their defensive line ate our lunch. And you're not going to win a lot of games when that happens. So if you want to say, well, what's the part of this team that needs to improve the most? That's right there, I think, is your group. Because there's talent there. We've seen this group play at a really high level. And I thought pass protection-wise against Detroit, handled their business. Against Washington, handled their business. And then yesterday you didn't. Now, your level of competition yesterday was the highest defensively that we've seen. Next week it will not be. And I would bet you're going to see a huge bounce back from that group up front. And then you hopefully can start building off of that, because Dallas is not very good on defense. They're not good at all. And you're going to need to be more aggressive next week, because I think Dallas will have more success offensively against this defense than what Cleveland did. But, yes, that point on this group needs to play better than what they've done up to this point.
All right, we need to get some more calls, 844-770-3776. We also need Tausch to tell us about American Family Insurance.
Indeed, life is better with a home and auto policy from American Family Insurance. That's because they're always there to protect your dreams, from hosting a family reunion in your new home to taking a family road trip in your new minivan. So insure carefully and dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
WTMJ's John Mercier here. Wisconsin veterans, your safety and well-being matter to us. As a community, we value the strength and resilience you've shown in serving our nation. The Captain Mason Veteran Peer Outreach Project is committed to preventing veteran suicide and firearm safety. They're dedicated to connecting veterans with peers who understand the struggles and can offer a helping hand. Talk to someone who understands. Call 414-955-8910 or go to veteranpeeroutreach.org. Brought to you by VA Sergeant Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. Zero sugar, zero carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
Looking for a delicious meal without breaking the bank? Cousin Subs has you covered. Our $10 meal deal gives you a 7.5-inch ham and provolone, turkey breast, or veggie sub piled high with fresh hand-sliced ingredients, crisp veggies, and all your favorite toppings. Add a bag of chips or regular fries, a fountain drink, and a cookie, all for just $10. This deal's available online or through the Cousins app only. And you can enjoy your meal at home, at work, or delivered straight to your door, hot and fresh. Cousin Subs. We believe in better. Available at participating locations. Offer subject to change.
Awarded Best of Weddings 2023 by The Knot, the Bog is much more than world-class golf. Our clubhouse ballroom offers floor-to-ceiling windows and a breathtaking full-wall fireplace. Our barn venue was inspired by the on-site barn at Hole 6, built in the 1800s. 2 outdoor ceremony sites, and a variety of personalized options. Our venues are perfect for family get-togethers, weddings, showers, graduation parties, or any event you are hosting. Call The Bog at 262-292-0740 or visit thebarnatthebog.com.
Hi, everyone. This is Stephen Bauer, CEO of the Guest House of Milwaukee. For decades, Guest House of Milwaukee has been here for our neighbors, providing shelter, housing, and the support needed to break the cycle of homelessness. We're not just offering a bed for the night. We're helping people rebuild their lives through case management, housing navigation, mental health, and addiction counseling. You can help us make a difference. Learn more at guesthouseofmilwaukee.org. And together, we can ensure everyone has a place to call home.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Hey, this is Tanas Antetokounmpo. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
When you're gone for good, you're slipping through my fingertips a little bit by a little bit. I didn't know the love of you was the happiest I've ever been. So I'm just trying to hold on. Hold on. I don't want to know what it's like when you're gone. I don't want to move on. I don't want to know what it's like when you're gone for good. You're slipping through my
Right back to the phones we go. I know Jesse, when he's not looking for bagels and donuts and all kinds of goodies at
Heavy
TPCs.
rainstorm out here today.
Yeah.
The golfers had to come in. That was a good move by Molly.
Can I say, I know we're going to, okay. We're going to spend a lot of time talking Badgers tomorrow, most likely, would be my guess.
Badgers Outsider coming on?
Maybe.
Might want to consider.
Your pregame interview with Fickle on Saturday, this big red rain jacket on.
Yep.
You kind of looked like one of the meteorologists, like in the hurricane, reporting from the beach.
Hey,
like,
Shortino was dropping like he did his halftime deal, and he was throwing some shade at the Badgers.
What?
Yeah, it was. Wow. It was just that kind of day out there. Well, so I leave the house to go. I have to be there a lot earlier than I'd like to be, but 3 hours early for the game, and it is a downpour. And you have to be in Wisconsin Under Armour approved gear, and that's the only rain jacket I had. So I'm wearing that, and all of a sudden the sun comes out.
It was funny seeing you. You get this bright red, oversized rain jacket.
Nice
hood's
coat.
kind of fluffed up. Hey, Coach, what's going on today?
I don't think that's what I said, but okay. But yes.
All right, let's get to the phones. And it must be quite a Monday, because Erica in Milwaukee is not tweeting at us, she's not texting us, she's not YouTube commenting us. She's actually calling us.
Okay. Oh boy.
Erica, good morning. How you doing today?
Well, after I just saw Get Up while I ate my breakfast, they called this the upset of the year. So I guess I was surprised to hear that because Dan O broke it down that they ran triple slants and Jordan Love shouldn't have thrown it to who he threw it to. He should have chose a different option, and that wasn't smart on his part. And Dan O picked him to win the MVP of the year. And then Micah talks about, I can't remember the adjective he used, if it was poop the bed or pee the bed or whatever.
No,
and then
it was a heavy pooping.
It was the S word,
yeah.
Different word, yeah.
Heavy pooping, yes.
Yeah.
Then he talked about how Super Bowl champions recoup. Well, I think it was Rex Ryan that said, what the heck does he know about Super Bowl champions recouping? Because he's never been on a team like that.
Oh,
and so I laughed and, began working my remote day and listening to you guys. And my dad and I watched the game together, or I go over to my parents' house and watch the game together, and Dad flips back and forth between the channels during breaks or, stuff like that. Well, the Vikings game was such a blowout. Guess what game they put on the other channel?
Pittsburgh.
So Dad
they put the Steelers game on, didn't they?
Yeah. So Rodgers goes and leads the go-ahead touchdown. And I look at my dad. I'm like, the Packers got this in the bag. I'm like, quick flip back, though. So he flipped back, and 2 seconds later, Jordan Love throws the boneheaded pass. And I looked at him. I'm like, oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. And I don't know. I think the Packers are kind of soft. Like, there's people who are pulling oopsies need to be knocked upside the head and be like, how can you be false starting when there's no cadence? Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And somebody on Gabe and Chewy called in and said that Rodgers wouldn't have let that happen. Granted, Jordan Love's a little bit different. He seems more calm, cool, and collected, more kind, more loving type, but you can at least go over to the sideline and pat the guy on the back and be like, hey man, we can't be doing that, and then give a hug if you need to. But I don't know, we got to get more tough. I saw the game yesterday, and Kelsey and Reed even looked at each other in the face, and like there was red cheeks and a stare down, and then they walked away, and it was like, wow, it was like, that's what Hall of Fame's all about. So I don't know. Matt LaFleur's got to get it tougher with the dudes, and if Jordan Love isn't, one of those pat you on the back than slap you upside the head, then I guess maybe Matt LaFleur's got to grab people by the shirt and be like, hey, you can't have this many penalties. We can't be stupid. This isn't JV football.
So a couple of things, Erica, and thanks for the call, and great job spending the game with your dad. I love that. I am curious, Tausch. The special teams is consistently inconsistent. The penalty problems yesterday were a major issue and factor. And by the way, Micah Parsons apologized for his penalties because his offsides penalty fueled them being in position to kick the game-winning field goal. He should apologize for that. That is the kind of mistake that he can't be making. I'm just curious, how much of that do you lay at the feet of the head coach? Because
I don't have my deal with me since we're on remote. Head coach, buck stops here. Harry Truman. That's how it is. Well, that's how it is. Like, the head coach is responsible for that part of it. And what's the old adage? You get what you emphasize, you allow what you tolerate, or whatever that quote is. That is coaching. And that's it falls at the feet of Matt LaFleur. That's just, it can be unfair, but that's the reality of the situation. And I think for the most part, Matt LaFleur's teams have been pretty disciplined. Yesterday was not. And the officials at this point in the season they're throwing way too many flags. Like, it's hard to watch some of these NFL games, and this is how it always goes. And then as the season unfolds, teams either get a lot cleaner or the officials understand we don't need you to call as much stuff as they do. So the PI on Keyshawn Nixon was garbage in the end zone. It was just a bad call. There were other calls that I think Green Bay did play sloppy, and they deserved what they got yesterday.
That they did. And you deserve great customer service from your bank. And if you're not getting it, why don't you make the switch to the best in the business? And that is Associated Bank. They've got the awards to prove it. They have the best customer service around. And on top of that, they got all the great reasons to join, whether it's Packers checking, Badgers checking, Brewers checking. Well, at least one of those three teams you're feeling good about today. That's great. But what's more important? Early pay, access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early. Credit monitoring to make sure your credit is where it needs to be to make that big purchase. And, of course, fraud protection. They had me covered when someone got my information, and I always will appreciate them for making sure that I was safe and our money and investments were safe. Associated Bank. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More of your calls next. It's Wilde Tausch.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
The Marquette family is hurting.
2 men's lacrosse student athletes were tragically taken far too soon in an accident that has shaken the entire community.
In the face of unimaginable loss, this team continues to show strength, love, and resilience,
embodying what it truly means to be part of the Marquette family.
Now they need us.
You can support the team through the Men's Lacrosse Excellence Fund, with every dollar going to help them during this time of unprecedented challenge.
Find the link to help pinned to ESPN Milwaukee's Twitter page.
We are Marquette.
It's a home run! But wait, is your roof ready for the big league storms? If your roof has more holes than a catcher's mitt, it's time to bring in the pros. At Avondale Roofing, we've been handling leaks, repairs, and full replacements with major league precision for over 30 years. And as a GAF Master Elite certified contractor, we bring top-tier quality and proven performance to every job. Whether it's a quick patch-up or full upgrade, our team steps up to the plate and knocks it out of the park every time. You're out! Don't wait till water's in your dugout. Call Avondale Roofing today and keep your home in the win column.
This is Kevin Moret from Mentality. Every day is a silent competition, and with testosterone dropping 1% annually, you're fighting an uphill battle. Your colleagues notice when you lose your edge, your partner senses when your confidence wavers, and without addressing low T, you're set up to fail. No willpower can overcome this hormonal deficit. Mentality's FDA-approved treatments have shown a 30% increase in testosterone levels. Don't let low T define you. Reclaim your power at mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Milwaukee College Prep, redefining what's educationally possible so more children can pursue their dream. Join me, Craig Karmazin, and Milwaukee College Prep Thursday, October 23rd at Venue 3 at the 3rd Street Market Hall, and take a stand in closing the opportunity gap for Milwaukee scholars. Your support means quality education is accessible to over 2,000 scholars in Milwaukee. Enjoy food, drinks, and a chance to learn more. Purchase tickets at 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com. That's 2025 takeastand.givesmart.com.
Hi, I'm Jim Frucci, Managing Partner and PGA Professional at Morningstar Golfers Club, and I'd like to personally invite you to play your next round of golf at Morningstar. Lush green fairways, velvet smooth greens, magnificent vistas from high above our championship golf course. Morningstar was created with the serious golfer in mind, and it continues to be the public course by which all other area public courses are measured. Book your tee time today and reserve a spot on our membership wait list. Come out and see what all of Southeast Wisconsin's been talking about. Hey, you've played the rest. Now play the best.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
For your fellow fanatics and your #1 fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. That's why professional athletes choose Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. We can help you too. With the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes, you can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Whether you want to get back into the game or just get back to life, go where the pros go. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Back to the phones we go. Let's go down to Dallas, which is where the Packers will be going next Sunday. Sunday Night Football. Prime time. Let's talk to J-Mon in Dallas. J-Mon, good morning. How you holding up there, bud?
Barely holding up. Would you like to know?
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh.
Good. Oh, no, it's okay. I think we all can get a laugh out. Hopefully that's not some good thing from yesterday. But listening to it, the hanging through everybody who talks about Matt LaFleur, the play calling, just questionable on all ends. Just kind of curious on, why we didn't use Matthew Golden as much as he gets open. Seen a lot of bubble plays and screens and reverse, and that's not how Matthew Golden is going to get open. He's not going to get open off of a bubble screen or a reverse. I'm kind of questionable on the play calling. Jordan Love, also, a lot of people are saying the third down. I think I called recently the last two games, and I've been mentioning how we've been coming out in the second half flat. And I think it's because the run game isn't so good. And yesterday it showed, which I think played a part in the third down play. We just couldn't get nothing going on the run yesterday. And I think that kind of what drove Matt LaFleur to put the ball in Jordan Love's hands, which you asked me. I think I take a chance with Jordan Love trying to convert that first down, then give Josh Jacobs the ball, who I don't know if he had a first down all game yesterday. So Jordan Love just has to make a better play and just be able to read the safety. But we also can get the safety made an incredible play. I mean,
he did.
Took off the first route from Jordan Love, made him look off, and jumped the second route. So, I mean, it was a heck of a play. I played safety. I was a star-studded play. So, it's just a great play by the defense. But like I said, Jordan Love playmaking. Another thing, Jordan Love wasn't really moving out the pocket yesterday, which we all know this is one of his strong abilities. Kind of just standing around in the pocket, which I know the line is kind of a part of that. But just kind of wanted to see him at least extend some of those plays. It was like he kind of was just standing there, just taking the facts, kind of at a point in time it seemed like. So, overall, I mean, the only thing I could positive is the defense. Crazy thing, I think Tauschman's kind of saying it since the season started. I think this is a new era of Green Bay football. I think this is a defensive-led team. I know it's kind of new because we've seen Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre for so many years, but I think this is a different team now. I think we're with the defense being as young as it is, and guys are getting older. I think this defense is going to be the team. The side of the ball is going to lead the team, and the offense just has to be reliable to go out there and at least get a field goal. Hopefully, don't get them blocked. Special teams. I mean, I hate for this to get a playoff game, and we're still saying the same thing. Special teams. We just have to clean it up. Like, it doesn't make sense. Years and years, it just doesn't make sense.
J-Mon, we appreciate the call. The point you made, which I think ties into Tausch, what you said earlier that I want to get to before we start the 11 o'clock hour. If your team is defense-led, which we are unaccustomed to in Green Bay, Wisconsin, with this football team, do you coach differently? And to that point, what you were arguing convincingly about run the ball, punt it, the Browns aren't going to be able to drive the distance of the field and hurt you, is that an instance where you have to flip your thinking from Favre to Rodgers to Jordan Love's second half in 2023, we're always going to be an offensive-first operation. Is that where you have to coach differently and recognize where your strength is, and that's on the defensive side of the ball more than anything, at least on Sunday?
Well, it's completely game plan adjacent, and it's understanding the flow of the game. Where are you going to give yourself? Everybody's into analytics. What were the analytics if you punt that football? Now, again, one of the things you could say is, well, their special team stinks. They could have returned it for a touchdown. Then you're going to sit here and say, why are we so conservative? So I have to at least acknowledge that piece to this. But if you just look at it and say, Cleveland, 80 yards, 3 minutes left, no timeouts, what are the odds they go down and score a touchdown, kick the extra point, or go for 2 and win? And the analytics have to tell you it's less than 10. It would have been less than 10%. I don't know I guarantee you this, throwing a pick and giving them the ball at the 4-yard line, the odds are a lot higher that they're going to score. I'm not an analytics nerd. I don't know math. I do know that. So you can always play the result, but to answer your question, there is no doubt you have to understand, what is my football team great at? What am I going to hang my hat on? And if you want to hang it on Jordan Love is going to convert a 3rd and 3, I'm all in. Fine. But that wasn't yesterday. It can be down the road, but you need to see, man, Cleveland just can't do anything on offense. They couldn't. It was the 3rd straight game of Charlie checkdown. Like, the new thing now, Prize Picks, find the starting running back for the opposing team and go more on their catches. Because what happens? Rush, Charlie check down. Bing, 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 bing. That's what happens. So far, we're 3 for 3 on that. And that is what – so to put a bow on it, yes, Matt LaFleur should have punted because that was the play to win yesterday's game, not necessarily next week's game where you know that their defense stinks and their offense is better. Understanding that piece of it is all about coaching.
Whether you win or whether you lose, Coors Light is always the beer you should choose.
That's a good little limerick there. And whether you're tailgating pregame, I don't have a limerick written up yet, but enjoying your experience during the game, celebrating a big win or a really tough loss after the game, you just need a moment to chill. Crack open that Rocky Mountain cold Coors Light, brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Division champs, think of the good times this weekend.
Division champs.
With the Coors Light.
Well,
I'm sorry, you don't.
And raise the Coors Light.
But you can't because you're banned for another few days.
I got 3 more days
of Bob Uecker. Here, the 11 o'clock hour is going to start in 2 minutes. We're going to get to the last of our calls. We're going to get to texts. We have a book to give away, don't forget, from our friend Greeny.
Joe Thomas, the book that I got.
I got that one still. I got to send that out in the mail.
I didn't know we're giving that away.
No, we could, though. I mean, I don't know if he's got extra copies. Lord knows there's extra copies of my poorly selling book that I co-wrote. But, and then we want to give that away. We'll get to Whoa Nelly as well. That's all still ahead in the 11 o'clock hour. So stick around. It's Wilde Tausch.
Go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hey, it's John McGivern here. You know I love Network Health. One of the reasons is that they're local and they understand how important that is. Their exceptional customer service isn't just words on a page. It's what they do. It's what they've always done for over 41 years. Call 833-7-NETWORK today. HMO and POS plans underwritten by Network Health Plan. Compensation has been provided for using this endorsement of Network Health.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here, and the Pickler Menominee Falls is now open. your home for pickleball. 9 premium indoor courts with unlimited play, leagues, tournaments, and clinics all included in your membership. Sign up today for open play spots or check out Learn to Play sessions and clinics. Members get 4 clinics a month included. Memberships start at just $119 a month. Check out all the options at thepickler.com. That's PICKLR.com. And I'll see you on the court.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with AccuTrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use AccuTrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. AccuTrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2, right here on 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hour of Wilde Tausch begins now. All right, so I'm getting some questions from the YouTubers, the dwellers, as Jesse affectionately calls them. They would like me to flat out ask Matt LaFleur, why does Rich Bisaccia still have a job? Again,
I'd like to see, how are you going to go about doing that? You're going to grease him up a little bit. I know Rich is a head coach.
Well, he did go right to the point on Tucker Kraft last week. He texted him about Tucker Kraft. Hey, what's up with Tucker Kraft? Maybe
that is true, and he got no response. I was very surprised. Cost me a Steinhoffler this week that Tucker played as much as he did. Tucker's tough, man. Tougher than a $2 steak. So how are you going to ask for Bisaccia's job, Jason?
Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to ask it that way.
All right, let me be LaFleur. Let you go ahead.
Oh, I love when you guys do this.
I want to be LaFleur. I'm not as handsome. Obviously, what they say, his hair coiffed and eyes and whatever else. So.
It's a good look. Can I be Wallers, the PR guy? Can I do that?
No.
All right, any questions?
Matt, I know you brought in...
No, great, Jason. Oh, thanks for showing up. I've been missing a lot of these press conferences with the radio show.
Matt, stop having them during the radio show. Maybe you could talk after practice when you actually have information. Oh, wait, you don't want to have information. That's why you do it beforehand.
That sounds very passive-aggressive, Jason.
No, it's aggressive.
All right, 2 more, please.
It's aggressive, and it's true. Okay. And I would say that part, I would say he knows that it frustrates me that he does them before his practices. But... Matt, you hired Rich because after years of the special teams not being where you wanted them to be, the idea was to get a proven special teams coordinator to get them to where they needed to be. Do you think they are where they need to be? And if not, what do you think the reason is that they have continued to be a point of issue for your teams?
That's a great question, Jason.
It's a great question, Jason.
I don't know. I have listened to your podcast, not on Spotify for the last couple of weeks, but I have listened to your podcast, and I love when you just say, I don't know. So that is what the tact that I'm going to take with your question. So, Jason, I don't know.
If we're going to do role play, as much as zinging me is great... That's not super helpful.
I think you just did you being the head coach of the Packers.
What is Matt LaFleur going to say? I do think he'll let you know that what is going on is not acceptable. He's not going to say I'm going to fire Rich Bisaccia.
Right. Which is my point. I am not.
No, I think your question is really good, and I'll be very curious how he responds to that, because it has been. I don't know what's the dude's name that does all the rankings of special teams. He's the Dallas
Rick Gosselin, who has retired, so we don't even have his rankings from last year. He doesn't do them anymore.
I bet
I was going to ask him to give me his formula, and then I'll do it because we need it. We need those rankings.
Need it or don't need it. I don't. You know, Jason. It's a fair question. Obviously, everybody's talking about that because of yesterday, and what happened is unacceptable. You're just looking around the league, there's a lot. Rich Bisaccia has had a great track record with special teams throughout the NFL. He has got our kicking and punting game completely solidified. We had some breakdowns yesterday, and we need to address those and fix that yesterday. And I am going to put there is a sense of urgency because we've been around here and we've had years where we didn't fix it, and it's cost our blank. This will not be that year. Come hell or high water, we will get that fixed.
That'd be a good answer by him. Much better than, I don't know.
Well, can you have a laugh? I mean, everybody's so...
I did.
Well,
I
today,
did
can we not have a laugh?
I did laugh.
I know.
Not as,
I thought
not
the
as
Spotify thing was...
Spotify line was a good line.
Talk about passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not being passive-aggressive at all. I'm being aggressive. I don't know what else I can possibly say.
You're just not being aggressive with the right people.
I am. I don't even know. I'm not even sure who the right... I assumed you were the right people.
I know. I cannot fix the Spotify thing.
Who's
what do you do around here exactly?
I tell other people, hey, we got to fix the Spotify thing. Kind of the same thing Tausch does, just a little less aggressively.
Let's take one more call. Let's go to Eric in Green Bay. Eric, good morning. Welcome to Wilde Tausch. How you doing?
Yeah. Okay, all things considered. I just wanted to quick add in right away, Jason, if you did want to be passive aggressive with LaFleur at the press conference, just have your phone go off and see where that gets you.
Well, he did handle it very well the time that Christmas Tree Farm by Taylor Swift started playing from my phone randomly. He did not get angry about that.
Taylor Swift has a Christmas tree farm?
She's got a song called Christmas Tree Farm. It's one of my favorite Christmas songs,
that would be a perfect, again, every time I think of Christmas tree farms, I think of those holiday movies on Hallmark.
Yes.
That is like a staple of that.
Indeed.
So
I think of you chopping down your own tree and then having the base that fit it.
Yeah, that happened.
I think I discovered where that place is over this weekend.
Good.
Yeah.
Eric, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, it's an underrated Christmas jingle, and we're getting pretty close to jingle kringle time of year. So
Wilde will have that up in October. I can almost guarantee that.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so my big takeaway from the game is man, it one of those things that every possible thing that could have gone wrong, whether it was penalties, just odd decisions, the Jordan Love situation at the end of the third quarter, trying to rush to get that playoff, that was weird. He had time to throw it away, taking the sack. That was odd. The penalties on defense at the end before the kick, and obviously the interception, really no excuse. I almost hope it's one of those things that, and I was block kicking there too, that you could look at of the 10-ish things that had to go Cleveland's way for them to win. Every single one of those things happened. That maybe there's got to be a little bit of an accountability check. Every position group can say, if we would have made this block, if we would have stayed in bounds, if we ran the coaches, this probably wouldn't have happened, right? So I think it's one of those things that, while the big goose egg was Jordan Love throwing that pick, there was just so many ugly moments that seem fixable from a team standpoint, that I'm hoping this is a wake-up call. And if I was framing this in a positive and negative, I think Rasheed Walker, right, earlier in the week, dropping the undefeated quote, and then just, what was it, Matt Hamilton saying the fart in the bathtub Sunday. I'm just hoping that it's one of those things that this is a wake-up call and they just come back mad. One side note, by the way, speaking of bold predictions, the Wilde Tausch Bold-a-thon account is live. I'll update it after. I will update it after tomorrow when we have full week 2 stats. It's a real grassroots effort here. I have there's 0 followers on the account, So we could like the Packers yesterday. We could only go up from here. But
big launch day coming
we got
up.
A logo.
Yeah.
We got a logo. We got weekly updates going on. It's a fun project.
All right. Sylvie or Waddle also eliminated from Waddle and Sylvie on ESPN Chicago. Packers 8-0 going into Philadelphia. Yeah, he joined the Rob Domofsky circle of losers.
Yes, but I believe Craig Carmison, one of his predictions was that the Packers would lose 2 games this year directly attributed to special teams.
He's got one.
Yeah.
He got one in the bank already.
I am here to tell you that I am officially the first follower at WT Boldathon. That's Eric and Green Bay's handle for
what a guy.
Keeping track. This is fun. Thank you for your service. Yet another person working for us for free.
10 followers, I will start to include Steinapple sleepers if we get up to 10 followers.
Okay.
Oh wow!
We'll see what we can do.
I have big dreams.
Well, Molly, myself, and Jesse will follow you, so we're going to get to 4 already.
Yeah.
You follow it. That's
All
5.
right.
We're almost done. We're happy.
I'm not going to follow myself. I got to earn this. I got to earn the 10.
That's fair. Okay, we'll get you.
We'll get to
see if we
work
can
on
get
that.
you
Thanks,
10.
Eric. We
guys.
appreciate you.
Yeah, take care. Be good.
Just let Jesse put it after that viral clip that he put out yesterday.
Yeah, I'm popular right now.
So
old Mike.
So
Mike and Mac.
I don't know if Jesse has this plan for Wonelli, but Mike McCarthy sitting with the athletic director at the University of Wisconsin at a volleyball match when Mike McCarthy's not coaching this year. And things are going the way they're going on the football front for the University of Wisconsin. I'd be curious to know if any consideration was given to the optics. I'm not saying Mike McCarthy is the next coach of the Badgers. Jesse was trying to imply that with his tweet, though, and get lots of clicks.
I didn't say that at all.
Imply means you didn't say it.
I never said anything about anything.
You didn't say it.
Clicks? Did you like all those clicks?
Clicky.
All those clicks. I thought there'd be some clicks, and then it was like, oh, these other people are starting to share my.
Was it a click-a-palooza?
Then it became a click-a-palooza.
All I'm saying is, if Mike McCarthy someday is the head football coach at the University of Wisconsin, he can join UW Credit Union and have his checks directly deposited.
And maybe his daughter is a big volleyball player, and maybe she would want to do that. There's all kinds of different things, but for every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you, proudly serving Wisconsin. For over 90 years, they're going to help you reach your financial goals. And people ask, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, I want to keep my banking local. I love their member first service and their great perks like early payday. But, we had a good day with Bucky. Bucky and I are back on good terms. He didn't concuss me, didn't get after me too much. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom will make you do crazy things, but, man, this makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member today. Get your Bucky card like I did, federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions do apply.
All right, so, Jesse, I teased you about not knowing exactly what your responsibilities are over there. So have you been curating texts and YouTube comments, or have you not been doing that either?
I was, and then our Wi-Fi went out here. There was
a big storm brewing over.
There was a power surge during some of the thunderstorms.
Golf has been postponed, and so it's a little dicey.
So the phone internet is working.
I bet Riley's got
have the rest.
I bet Riley's got a lot curated.
So
do you, Riles? Yeah, Riley's on it.
Go see
All
if
right,
there's
well, it takes a village to curate texts and YouTube comments. So hopefully someone did it. I'm guessing it's not the guy with the medallion T-shirt. More Wilde Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. Buckle up, Milwaukee. The journey starts now.
Around third is Durbin. Here comes the throw home. Durbin slides in there safely. The Brewers walk it off in 10.
The The Crew have punched their ticket.
And the Brewers, clinching the playoffs earlier today, put an exclamation mark on it here tonight.
Brewers playoff coverage on 94.5 ESPN is presented by Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Stay up to date on all your Brewers talk right here.
Ready to watch the Packers like a VIP? Cousins Subs put you in the center of it all. On the 50-yard line in plush recliner seats, complete with personal TVs and your favorites delivered from Cousins Subs. 2 pairs of fans are selected before each regular season home game to enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Enter daily to win the best seats in the house. Only from Cousins Subs. Cousins Subs. We believe in better. See rules and eligibility for details.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S. And they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Peer Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. By choosing them, you're choosing a center focused on providing specialized care tailored to your needs. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free.
And their prices are more affordable than urgent care or the ER. And they'll send a full report to your primary care doctor. Why wait at the ER? Walk in to Ortho ASAP for faster, more affordable care.
Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com. That's orthowisconsin.com.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
Now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We've reached the point in the program where I turn things over to Jesse and Riley, who have been curating allegedly, some of the comments
I don't know how much
on the
curating. Let me tell you something. I've been watching Old Boy here. He ain't. This isn't like some art dealership where there's a lot of curation going on. There's a lot of wolfing down potential breakfast sandwiches.
Didn't even find any.
I know, but you
and now all
Jesse's wishing it was gone.
It's downpouring out here, so now all the golfers are in there. So any food they do have around here, I'm sure they're all scarfing up. Yeah.
A tough break
pull
for
my
you,
car
Jess.
around. I don't want to go in this rain.
You guys
I had a park in Peshtigo because all these vans are taking up all the parking spots. But that's another story.
Long, wet walk back to your vehicle.
Yeah, it
when
looks
you're
like
done
it. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
All right, Jesse, let's start with you. Did you guys divide and conquer here? What exactly did you and Riley do?
I'm in an unfortunate situation because I don't have the internet to access the text line, but I can pull up YouTube on my phone. So I have drawn the YouTube dwellers, and Riley will curate the texts, and we can alternate. Right? So here we are. Unfazed in the YouTube comments. It seems like every time we, the Packers, lose a key player, the team can't perform anymore.
So help me out. Zach Tom is the key player we lost?
Yeah, Zach Tom, a key player.
I don't know. We played
Jaden
pretty
Reed,
well.
a key player.
Felt like we played pretty well in the Washington game without him.
It's a good point.
So I don't know
Fair
if that's
point. Fair response.
Jaden Reed
maybe
missed a big chunk of that game.
in-game losing people?
Maybe, but maybe it's the fact that Cleveland's defense is really good and we didn't adjust. Maybe that's part of it, or we're just not. Our offense isn't ready to rumble with the big boys yet. Maybe it could be those things too.
What did you personally make of the Zach Tom departure after one snap?
Yeah, I thought it was. I'm sure it's frustrating for everybody because I know the training staff wants to trust the player, and I think the player wants to play, but you have to kind of see the big picture on this, and the fact that you had Myles Garrett. I'm sure Zach wanted to be out there and compete, but when you said that he told you he couldn't run straight ahead at the middle of the end of last week, I ruled him out. You can't play. And I was very surprised when I saw that he was on the active list. Then I was very surprised when he played. And I was not very surprised when he came out after one snap.
Right.
So, and it's always easier from the outside.
You could see how terrible he felt.
No doubt about it. So I think it's just a mismanaged situation. Sit him, give him the bye, let him get healed up because that, again, I don't know obliques. I don't have obliques, so I can't really comment on how to yank an oblique. But in that case, you just have to let him get healed and then let him get back out there because he gives you stability. And when he's out, all of a sudden, then you have to start thinking, am I going Belton or am I going to go Jordan? Well, I want to get Jordan out there because he's earned the right. And then, well, he hasn't played right tackle much. He's been guard and he's been left tackle. And is it fair to Jordan? Well, hey, man, life ain't fair. Yeah, I feel bad for Jordan because I think he is sitting there trying to find his spot. He wants to be the left tackle for this team, and I think Green Bay wants him to be the left tackle next season. I think that is the plan. And you're going to start losing confidence and having other people lose confidence in you if you keep throwing him out there in different spots and he hasn't got – you want to be versatile, but players want to play a spot and master it. Jordan has not – he didn't win the job against Sheeto, and when that didn't happen, he is – and I think part of it is because they felt he could be that plug-and-play guy. Well, yesterday proved, at least for a chunk of it, that wasn't in the best interest of Jordan, and it certainly wasn't in the best interest of the Packers yesterday because it didn't work. So there's a lot of question marks that you have to start figuring out. And I think for as much as I love the way Green Bay cross-trains their guys, the fact they don't have that backup center that I know they feel good about Sean Ryan, but then, all right, what do we do with Sean Ryan? Then we have to go Jordan. Well, then we have to go Belton. And how good do you feel about a three-piece move rather than just a one? You have to start figuring out what is this going to look like and who can we count on? Because right now they can't count on Aaron Banks either. And when you can't count on him, well, then who you put in left guard? Right now you feel like the only guy you have Elton Jenkins, Sean Ryan, and Sheeto. And then everything else is I don't know. What's going to stick? What are we going to do? That's where they're at. And by the way, those two positions are your highest paid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a frustrating deal.
Before Riley gives his favorite text of the ones he's curated, Doug on Twitter. I want to love, but he just isn't the dude. Now, if he'd have stopped there, I don't necessarily agree with him, but I think it's an interesting conversation. Here's my follow-up that he adds, and I'm wondering if this makes him renders this opinion null and void. We win this game with Willis. Imagine this team with Caleb Williams, unstoppable. Doug.
Wow. Doug.
Like, if you want to have a conversation about you want to love, but he, makes it harder for you to love him. I can have that conversation.
Okay.
But we win this game with Willis, and imagine this team with Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's not a conversation that I'm even going to broach because it's
unstoppable. All right.
No, if you want to say Josh Allen. All right, I can get on board with that. That's Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
I'm real interested.
Mahomes, sure.
Yeah, Mahomes. Although he's looking, that offense isn't looking.
He still looks good. The rest
does he? Threw 3 passes behind the line of scrimmage that were almost fumbles last night.
Russell Wilson? Anyone? No.
I'm good.
I'm good too. All right, Riley, what's the text so we can get to Jesse and Riley?
Yeah.
Again, I don't know what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so we had a couple of Jordan Love texts that I thought about bringing up, but we just talked about a lot of Jordan Love discussion today. So Ron and Rome, a question for you, I believe, Jason. I remember Mike Holmgren bringing referees into practice when we were having too many penalties. The Packers were penalized 14 times yesterday. Does LaFleur do that?
Yeah, they have refs that work the practices, yes. Mm-hmm. But again... they're local guys.
I love those refs that
and
come
Tausch
in,
knows this. They
I
can
almost
easily
dislocated old boy's hip. That was when I almost dislocated the old man's hip. The ref. We were running because they didn't have cameras on both sides, so we'd have to called Riverside, so that you get the backs you could get the tight copy if it's the defensive film or the offensive film. So we'd always, after every period, you'd have to run. And as you'd run, you'd try to, you'd get after the ref a little bit, and I gave him a big old bop. And I thought I dislocated his hip. Mike Sherman, I actually say something to me like, hey, don't do that again. This guy's 77 years old. And so that's fun. The officials are there. They're trying to tighten things up. You're going to disagree with their calls just like you will in a game. But so, yes, I would be shocked if Matt LaFleur doesn't have those officials.
We will ask him. Larry's a nice fella. We will ask him, I'm sure, about the penalties. He talks at 3 o'clock today, so we look forward.
They're having Larry the ref talk?
No, Matt LaFleur.
Oh.
Larry LaFleur.
I hope Larry's still with us, because if he was in his 70s when you were playing, he'd be an old fella by now.
It's been a long time.
So we're going to skip out on Trivia for today. We'll double up later in the week. Trivia presented by Cousin Subs. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Get those crispy chicken tenders.
So really the only thing we didn't hit on, I thought, because I got a little criticism on our postgame last night, not talking about the offensive line and how disappointing it was, and then you talked about the grades that Pro Football Focus put out, and it was a tough day. For
Sean
everybody.
Ryan apparently had a decent day compared to his compadres.
Yeah, you just, to make sure you're not the slowest gazelle, right? Isn't that how that works? So
I'm not touching gazelles.
I think now Micah wants to be the hunter, right? And I saw Jason in that clip. You were just laughing. It looked like you were at a roast. Micah's talking, and you are just dying laughing. I'm like, is everything he's saying really that funny, or is Jason just putting on a show? It looked like the Comedy Hour back with Richard Pryor and the whole crew.
What noise was I making?
Oh, I don't. But it was like I was embarrassed. Like, oh my, what is he doing over there? Mike, he's talking about being a hunter, and Jason thought that it was just the best stuff ever. Maybe it was. I didn't get a chance to catch it, so I can't be too critical. But this whole,
I'm pretty sure you're still being critical.
Well, you admit that was.
Come on. I looked like a Smith
You were
kitchen.
yucking
yes,
it up.
It was a terrible look.
You were Johnny Yuck
Totally
up. Like, this is the best stuff.
And apparently laughing somewhere between the Pillsbury Doughboy and Mickey Mouse.
I don't know what it was, but it was fun. But my point was, before I sidetracked with the Gazelle.
Sidetracked yourself.
I did, yes. I'm not arguing. I do think the other conversation, because it was so prevalent, and I don't know if we're going to get into it because it's not going to happen, but the Jeff Hafley component, and people couldn't be higher on Jeff Hafley today, and they couldn't be lower than Matt LaFleur. You know what? No, that's not true. The power rankings of low would be Bisaccia, then LaFleur, and then you got up here, Hafley is at the top of the mountain. That's how Packer fans feel today. And we've already had people say what?
Fickle would be below Bisaccia.
He's not part of the Packers.
Understood. Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of. If you know something I don't, let me know.
Okay.
But now you just totally sidetracked me. I'm not sure where I'm going.
We will save Bisaccia for whatever LaFleur says about special teams today. I like the conversation about Hafley and LaFleur.
Oh, I know what it was going to be. It's just everybody is so worried already about losing Jeff Hafley.
That's true. Mm-hmm. There is that concern, and I'm fine having that hypothetical that if Ed Policy walked downstairs and said, "Look, we can only keep one of you. We're either keeping Matt LaFleur as the head coach, or we're keeping Jeff Hafley and promoting him to head coach." We can have that's a great sports talk conversation to have. It's not happening. That's not going to be occurring at 1265 Lombardi Avenue. But the reason why I'm okay with the conversation is it's a referendum on where fans stand on those two key figures in the Packers hierarchy.
I hate to say this, Matt LaFleur, if we did that today, Matt LaFleur
would lose.
In a big way.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. And I'm not saying that that's right. I'm saying that's how people feel. What would be right would be for us to get to Whoa Nelly. Before we can do that, want to remind you, hopefully you never have to make this call, but make the right call if you have been injured in an accident, and that is to Gruber offices. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Gruber offices, one call. That's all. Make sure you go to the website to find out more about the firm at gruber-law.com. Whoa Nelly! Or Whoa Riley, or whatever it is we're doing, is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf, before, during, and after the sale. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Kyle Brust-Norman's Ben Brust here for Grimal and Associates Insurance. They do what anyone with a growing family, like myself, does. Protect what matters most. Grimal and Associates specializes in coverage that's tailored exactly to you. Clients aren't just policies, they're part of their community. Personalized American Family Insurance back service, expert guidance, and genuine commitment. Grimal and Associates focuses on building trusted relationships and providing peace of mind. The same values they've had for over 30 years in the Milwaukee area. Connect with Grimal and Associates at teamgrimal.com.
At Tony Wendorf and Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf and Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is the Fat Jack, and football season is here. Are you ready to make money betting on sports? Are you ready to make a winning decision? Are you going to gamble for fun, or are you going to gamble for money? This year, make that decision that will build your bankroll all year long. Go to FatJackSports.com, and for less than $100 a week, make money betting on the games. That's FatJackSports.com. It's a personal portal. It comes to your email. It's hassle-free. It'll make you money. FatJackSports.com.
At Boucher, we don't just sell cars, we build careers.
For over 45 years, Boucher has been Wisconsin's trusted name in automotive excellence, and today we're growing faster than ever.
Whether you're an experienced professional or just starting out, Boucher is hiring across all departments: sales, service, finance, and more.
Enjoy industry-leading pay, unbeatable benefits, paid training, and a workplace that truly values you. Join the Boucher family, where we ride with you every mile, and your future rides with us. Apply today at Boucher.com.
Dave Spano from Annex Wealth Management. It didn't seem like it when the season started, but we've watched the crew become a great team. We're just as proud of the team here at Annex. I'll put the Annex team up against anyone when it comes to what we do: investment, retirement, tax, and estate planning. If that's what you're looking for, let's talk soon. AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button. In the meantime, let's enjoy championship baseball in Milwaukee.
This is Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Beautiful day. Not so beautiful for the Packers. We'll talk to Matt LaFleur at 3 o'clock, but right now we'll talk to Jesse Nelson for Whoa Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa Nelly
on Wilde Tausch.
Congratulations to the Milwaukee Brewers, National League Central Division champions for a third consecutive year.
Tausch, your thoughts?
Oh, wait, you can't say anything about it. Thumbs up, he says. Jason, what do you make of the Milwaukee Brewers winning their third straight NL Central title? They clinched it because the Cubs got swept in a 4-game series by the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, I'm nervous.
No. Polluted mindset.
Woody now with a lat issue.
Hey, you stay out of this.
I'm thrilled.
By the way, Brandon Woodruff, 15-day injured list, retroactive to September 18th. Adam McCalvey said he is theoretically good to go for the NLDS based on the timeline. Yes, based on the timeline, he would be available for the NLDS if he's good.
Yeah, theoretically. I'm going to worry about that. Injuries always feel like the one thing that can derail really good teams. We've talked about that with the Lions of last year, and my nervousness with the Packers would be that. But other than that, great. Did they read another letter from Bob Uecker afterward?
We are never going to let them live that one down, are we? No more letters. There were
good
no
decision.
more.
Thank you.
Yeah, no more
Thank you.
letters.
Thank you.
But there was an emotional moment. Maybe we'll play this tomorrow for you on the
I think
Brewers,
that's a good decision.
On the Brewers Network broadcast. Lane Grindle in the clubhouse as the celebration was going on asked Pat Murphy about it, and he got a little choked up about Euchre's presence and not being there for the first time to celebrate a division title. So it was a cool moment. We'll talk more about it tomorrow. But yes, the Brewers clinch. They're only a couple of wins or Phillies losses away from clinching the number 1 overall seed at some point this week. Very fun. They will not be in that stupid wild card round. Automatically into the NLDS, they have earned a first-round bye.
Excellent.
If Tausch was here, he'd say that's probably a big reason why the Brewers might feel like a different chance at a playoff run deep this year, because they're not in that silly round where they could be eliminated in 2 games despite being a division winner. I'm sure he would have some ideas to maybe fix that format if he were able to weigh in on it. Unfortunately, he can't.
When is the ban over? When is the ban over?
Wednesday he can come back, yeah.
Okay, all right, great. Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly!
And we're
That's
out of
it.
time.
Yep.
Great job, Riley. Great job, Tausch. Really good segment.
Mime Tausch.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All day, every day, the Carbless talk and text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless talk and text line. This is more. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com. That's OAWSpineCenter.com.
Let's get the latest from Lambeau. This is your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank. Tri-City National Bank offers a full suite of personal and business banking products at more than 25 convenient locations. Open your account today at the community bank that's Milwaukee's best bank. Learn more at tcnb.com.
While the Packers led for most of the game, a Jordan Love interception led to a Browns touchdown to tie the game late in the fourth quarter. The Green and Gold drove the ball down the field and attempted a field goal to take the lead, but it was blocked and set up Cleveland for a game-winning field goal as time expired. Here's Packers quarterback Jordan Love on his late-game interception.
It was a really tough play, especially in the circumstances of the timing of the game right there. So, one we just have to learn from, move on.
The Packers will prepare to head to the Lone Star State as they will match up against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football.
This has been your Green and Gold Fix on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Tri-City National Bank, your hometown bank.
Concerned about fraud? Tri-City's got your back. Use debit card alerts. Help stop a card hack. You'll get notified when your card's being used so you can prevent your account from abuse. Tri-City National Bank, member FDIC.
At Heart of Canal Street, for over 30 years, our hearts have been set on making a difference for children in our community. Now through December 10th, we invite you to share your heart by playing the Canal Street Bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Every time you play this special bingo game, you're helping to raise funds for children's charities in southeastern Wisconsin. Learn more at potawatomi.com/heart.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
You're listening to Wilde Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Call you up in the middle of the night like a firefly without a light.
For those of you that felt frustration on Saturday with the Badgers' loss at home to Maryland.
Is there anybody that didn't feel frustration on Saturday?
And we're hoping to work your way through those feelings today on our program. We didn't quite get there. The Packers taking precedence.
If the game would have ended 10-0, we probably would have got there today. But.
I appreciate you guys both finishing my sentences for me from TPC Wisconsin, because I think you're right, Jesse. I think we would have spent a lot more time discussing that. We will discuss it to some degree tomorrow. Anything else before we go, Tausch?
Yeah, who do you got tonight? Tonight, I think, is going to be real interesting. I actually...
the Barry Alvarez show on ESPN?
Well, the Barry Alvarez show, that's going to be must tune in. What time is that at?
6 p.m. on ESPN Madison.
If you have a chance to check out the evil Luke Fickell Twitter account, he had an interesting AI press conference that he held. It's pretty funny. So, no, tonight, what are you fascinated
Lions-Ravens, I think it's going to be very... Yeah. I think you're going to find out a lot. If Detroit struggles offensively, and I think tonight will be one of those Monday night games that I really am going to want to watch.
All right, well, we will have that and the Badgers and everything else to talk about tomorrow. That's it for us today. Thanks for coming along for the ride. Thanks to Riley Yauk. Thanks to TPC Wisconsin, and thanks to you. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
WTMJ's John Murky.